Good morning, and welcome to St. John's Everyday. This week we are thinking about new ambitions as we work our way through the book of Philippians. Today's verses are from chapter 3, verses 17 through 19. Dear brothers and sisters, pattern your lives after mine, and learn from those who follow our example. For I have told you often before, and I say it again with tears in my eyes, that there are many whose conduct shows they are really enemies of the cross of Christ. They are headed for destruction. Their God is their appetite. They brag about shameful things, and they think only about this life here on earth. This is a pretty challenging passage, and the first thing it makes me think about is the question, who do you pattern your life after? Our culture is full of voices screaming for attention. So-called influencers on social media shout, "Look at me, be like me." As a culture, we give out awards to identify people that we think we should strive to be like, whether it's athletes, models, politicians, businessmen, actors, or celebrities. Sadly, there are millions of young people who desperately long to be the next Kim Kardashian, Britney Spears, David Beckham, or Elon Musk. So, who are you patterning your life after? How do you define, in your own mind, what an ideal life looks like? Do you have a face, a name, an idea in your head that you're striving for? Maybe you don't normally think about it that way. Maybe it's just in one area of your life. I want to be as good a cook as my mom. Or I want to be as tough as my brother, or as rich as the boss. In these verses, Paul is encouraging the Philippians to follow his example. I don't think he was talking about his Jewish identity or his Pharisaical background. He just told us that he considered all of those achievements as literal rubbish compared to his true goal, which is to follow hard after Jesus. Maybe today would be a good day to really think about who we want to be, and to think about our new ambitions. I know one of my new ambitions is to be more like Paul, because I know that he was more like Jesus. Another pretty challenging thing that I found in this passage was the question, who's following us? Who's measuring their progress by how much like us they've become? Are we living lives worthy of emulation? Are we living lives where we could honestly say to someone else, "Come, live your life like I'm living mine, because I think that this is the best thing for you"? Personally, I'm well aware that I have 3 little people who are already patterning themselves after me, whether any of us like it or not. For good or bad, I imagine we can all look at ourselves and say, "That's just like Mum," or "This is just like Dad." But can I really say to a friend, a colleague, or a new believer, "Here, let me show you the best way to live. I'm living it and you can too"? This is what Paul is actually doing in this passage. He is calling the Philippians and calling us to follow his example, to live like he lived, and in his words, to press on, to reach the end of the race, and receive the heavenly prize for which God, through Christ Jesus, is calling us. Let's make that the goal for today, to keep pressing on, and to encourage someone else to make that their goal as well.